So,
Yep.
following up with a...
And
Oh, sorry.
but I was gonna add to that with while you're macroing that marine splits, it's not like Protoss where I can macro at home and holding my armies easy. Terran has that extra. I need to micro my marines, especially and other units, or else they could all be gone in a second.
Yeah,
So it's that
Marines
extra level of mechanics.
awkwardly fragile. They're like a butterfly in a strong wind.
So overpowered, but just so fragile.
See that simile? Because you know similes, you know figures of language speak louder than other things.
Than other
I was
stuff.
gonna say words, but words doesn't really apply.
So we see a lot of
Gonna pick up
loads
kill?
of minerals here. I don't know what Gaz is doing, but he's letting that drone really get peppered here. The Reaper has 2 kills already.
So this is the danger generally in opening with a hatch first, is that if you don't have the micro or the control required to build those low health drones into buildings. And, ooh, almost trapping him between the sport by the way.
Smart move, but attacking with the drones would have done so much more work and would have ended this push already. 2 queens out there, so the Reapers aren't going to do much damage now.
Yeah, but he did pick up those 2-3 drone kills, so I don't believe it's much of a...
4 drone kills,
drone
actually.
kills, wow.
Yeah.
Minfo, you should... I assume you've done it already, but if you could hit Control-N for the purpose of those viewing the stream, it'll show our player names up at the top there, as well as their colors. Just
That is
fun.
so convenient. I just found out about that.
Fun little fact, he's actually opening 3 Reaper, very aggressive opening, followed up by a factory.
And another command center is about to finish. I think the roaches though for Ghazi could actually swing this in Ghazi's favor. It's a nice time to all in because it doesn't look like any Econ game can be coming out of Ghazi here. Too much damage done.
Yeah, 3 Reaper starts to get to that point where they literally just start taking down queens, no issue.
Now when that's the case, you're not going to get a lot done with the queen.
Exactly.
It's the only form of defense.
This queen's dead here. I have a feeling this 3 Reaper harass may just end it here for God. Oh, no, never mind.
That one
I stand
roach.
corrected. There's roaches.
But that roach is a huge tell, and now that push that I was talking about before really can't happen. 1, 2, maybe 3 bunkers are going to be up by the time that push could hit.
You're correct, and Duplicity has opted to avoid Hellions entirely, going straight for the mines, which is the safer display. Throwing down a tech lab on a factory as well. Probably going to see a tank coming out of that, I would expect. A lot of minerals floating for Duplicity.
Yeah,
Not
and
sure
another command center on the way too. So Duplicity knows that he is in dominant control of this game right now, and just is going to do the surefire win when you're ahead, get more ahead, get the command centers out.
This is definitely where we see just the disparity between the 2 players in terms of skill. Not to say that Ghazi's bad. It's just you can see the differences in macro between them, and really just how Duplicity's control is just going to outdo Ghazi here.
Yeah.
Worker
That one.
count. Sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
Gonna say the worker supply is already 12 in favor of Duplicity. He's got 3 command centers, so it's just starting to look pretty grim here for Ghazi.
I was gonna say the big disparity can just be traced back to the beginning. That one Reaper, like the skill not to stop it, is just that high level. If you go hatch first, you need to be able to stop a Reaper with drones, and that can just create such a big lead. And then building on top of that, Duplicity not made any mistakes. Going mech now, just playing strong.
With the 3 Reaper opener, you're really, with that kind of gas investment, you're really hoping to kill drones, and he definitely did. And now he's following up with a very strong tank push. He's safe at home. He's going to float over to a 3rd. Not much gas he can do out of this. There's not many drones at the natural, barely saturated in his main. It's just pretty grim here for Ghazi.
And there's so many Widow Mines now. I don't think Ghazi's going to make any lings, but some speedlings right now could actually do pretty well at cleaning this up.
Well, the roaches show up. This is the strangest engagement I have ever seen.
Widow Mines unburrowed cannot hit roaches.
Could you imagine if they could?
Well, I mean,
that should be an option. You remember the old school Widow Mine that used to leap on and attach to things?
Yeah.
That should be an ability option if they're unburrowed.
Don't give Widow Mines any other ideas.
They're sentient.
3rd command center is going up for Duplicity, so ahead on bases against the Zerg, ideal. Upgrades are still 0-0 for both, but these like the units here, just straight counters.
That's
Widowmine tank.
just very good, very powerful, particularly against roaches. That's actually rather strange because he does have. Oh, there we go. 2 armories drop the double upgrades. So he has double armory. It looks like he was going to go for an econ kind of deal here. Spire coming down.
And speaking of which, the 2 evolution chambers were just started to be put into use there. So upgrades start at the same time. So upgrades are going to be even, but I just think the army composition for Duplicity is a lot better.
And if you just look at the supplies, 103 to 61, almost double just almost double supply in general for Duplicity.
Yeah.
Whether it be workers or army, his army is stronger, his worker economy is stronger. He's on 3 bases. This is just very, very.
16 more workers, a hell of a lot more units.
A little counterattack going on by Ghazi here, but I think it's going to be thwarted pretty quickly by these 3 mines. And gonna put a plug in that.
Yeah, but then after
across the
that,
map.
there's not really any units for Ghazi. I think this is just a game that's over right when Duplicity decides to move out. Like,
Supply block also just now being lifted for Ghazi, so he wasn't producing during any of that. Actually opting to retreat, deciding that it is not the best course of action for him to attack there.
probably smart, but keeping that third up, even though there's only 5 workers on it, it's just getting too far ahead here. It's just a runaway game right now.
It's not even that, just the energy output in terms of mules from a 3rd command center can put you so far ahead. And it's like 180 minerals per a mule each minute or something ridiculous like that. So it can get pretty wild when you have 3 command centers that early producing mules.
The money unit, 5 meters coming out on the right side of the screen, but there's just no... I don't think it's not going to do enough here.
Doors, and these 5 meters aren't going anywhere. I mean, look at the sheer size of Duplicity's army. It's absolutely going to crush. Just so many mines, so many Hellbats, so many tanks. I mean,
there's no shot here. This game's over.
More Thors coming down. He's gonna start moving across the map here. Not a couple of Hellions still not in Hellbat form. Not a bad idea. Reach those objectives a bit faster. Take those watchtowers. Potentially see some incoming threats. Give you some time to siege your tanks.
Of course, but that scans loves Duplicity now that there's no army here. Minimal. Duplicity can just siege up, put the Widow Mines down, and
Mine's gonna burrow in a nice location. Here we go. Tank sieging up. Blue Flame just shredding those. Army coming from the back. He just says, "Yep." Just yep.
Accepts defeat.
Just knows. Ghazi gives it the GG, and that is game 1 going to Duplicity. Just yep. Just yep. Ghazi's just resigned at that point. Just yeah. It was kind of unfortunate to see. Like you can't help but feel bad for the guy a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to give him props for trying, particularly against an opponent that's so
all about the effort.
That outclasses him to the degree that Duplicity does, and that just sheer strength of that mech army at the time that it hit.
Yeah, that'd be a strong push against another PLAT player. That's just I hate tanks so strong. Anything on the ground gets wiped out by tanks and Widow Mines.
Man, I mean, it's what happens. Tanks are really good, and with that, I've seen some. I'm really excited for Legacy of the Void for the tank pickup. I'm gonna start going on like a little fanboy rant about Terran and Legacy of the Void right now, and I'm just gonna. It's like, seeing how they micro against Zerglings, you're no longer dead. If your tanks are sieged and they're Zerglings, you can just lift them up, fly them away, drop them, and then they shoot again.
And then shoot again and kill 3 more. But yeah, I always thought that was one of the cooler parts of the siege tank where, I mean, not as a Terran, where if you go right next to it, it's not going to shoot you. So it gives you that real tank feel. But being able to pick up from there helps them defend against that, because one link could take out a tank if it's right next to it. Like that's kind of
I have to play Richard now, actually, guys. So
alright.
I will be departing the cast, leaving it in Heaton and Minfo's capable
Where
hands.
Where is Richard?
User left your channel.
Richard is gold.
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
I'm going to actually stay and run admin side of things. Questions. If you guys can do without, if you guys need me, I'll cast with you guys.
I'm casting this game now, and this should be fun.
Alright, good luck, guys.
User left your channel.
Minfo, are you here? Minfo. Minfo.
Alright, Hayton.
Alright. Took a little longer to get situated, but we should be good there.
Yeah, sorry, I have a bunch of people over here.
No problem, I understand.